There is a huge update outside of the Lakers training facility as J.J Redick did an interview and spoke on how excited he is to come to work every day and to get training camp underway. And we have some unfortunate news as an injury update for Jarred Vanderbilt, as there seems to be a setback and things are not looking great for him, and there is some uncertainty about his availability. What's good? I'm Okechi Apakama, and this is Lakers Digest coming at you with another video. And before we get into everything we have for you today, guys, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already to get those Laker updates, guys, because training camp is around the corner. Now, let's hop straight into today's topics that we have for you today. And let's start with that injury update for Jarred Vanderbilt, as we have a Vando injury update here, as it looks like Jarred Vanderbilt might not be ready for the start of training camp. And this is according to Mike Bresnahan, as he said it on a podcast on the Spectrum Network earlier today. And he said, so one of the biggest questions heading into the Lakers this season might just be the availability of Jarred Vanderbilt, who was hampered by a foot injury. And this is what Bresnahan said. This was just a little bit deeper into that quote there. And he said, Vando, it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure if he's going to be ready for training camp or even preseason games. It's a foot injury. He opted not to procedure on it in season, and he got hurt in February, so we'll see if he's ready to go. I don't have a lot of details. Regular season, different story. Hopefully he'll be ready by then, Ali, but nothing concrete yet on him. So that is very big news for the Los Angeles Lakers, because we were expecting Jarred Vanderbilt to even play Game 5 because he was lifted off the injury report. But now for some reason it seems like he is not ready to go for training camp. So there definitely is a lot of questions if you were Laker fans, because people were expecting that Jarred Vanderbilt was going to be ready for the start of the season. But now it looks like that foot injury he had all the way back in February is still kind of giving him some issues. And according to Mike Bresnahan, it looks like he might not be ready for training camp or even some preseason as well. So it is a bit of a time before the regular season starts, because that is towards the end of October. So that gives Vando just about 2 months here. But it is concerning to know that Jarred Vanderbilt is not ready to go at this point of the season, because even guys like, say, like a Rui Hachimura, who got injured in the Olympics playing for Team Japan, is already back and ready to go. And he's been playing on court on those 2-on-2s, 1-on-1s in the Lakers facility and going to work. But Jarred Vanderbilt, on the other hand, has apparently not made his way back onto the basketball court, and that is concerning for Laker fans, because he is looked to be a big piece for this Laker team, because he is a guy that does a lot of things that all the other Laker players don't really do too well. So he's a great one-on-one defender. He is a tremendous offensive rebounder, and he's a great connecting player, a guy that can make that right pass or that make that right read, and he's always trying to be in the right place to help facilitate the offense, because that is sort of his role there. But not having Jarred Vanderbilt for the start of the season again also is going to hamper the Lakers a little bit. Now we know that obviously inserting Rui Hachimura into that starting lineup, you'll get some pretty solid results. But also, on the other hand, you want to have your team at the full strength, especially at the start of the season, and when you have a new coach, when you're trying to implement a new system and really trying to get to understand players and what they're doing and what their tendencies are, and just where to put guys in certain spots for the offense and also even the defense as well, because Jarred Vanderbilt is going to be massive on that side of the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. So this is just another unfortunate news. Hopefully things get better when we roll in closer to training camp. But as far as right now, it looks like Jarred Vanderbilt is not playing basketball. And let's roll into our next topic as I continue to sweat myself. Sorry, guys. It is a massive heat wave here in California. But J.J Redick is excited to get going. So J.J Redick recently did an interview with Mike Bresnahan of Spectrum Sportsnet, and he talked about a couple of things, but mainly how excited he is to not only come into work every day and work with the new coaching staff that he has, but also the guys as well, because we know this from J.J Redick's past. Some of the things that he said on his podcast as well is he is a guy, is a worker, some dude who lives, sleeps, and breathes basketball, and that's the way he played as a player, because he was very meticulous with his schedule and really didn't waste any time when he entered the gym and doing some of those things. So he talked with Mike Bresnahan and how excited he is to get things going, and he was really excited to the point where he kind of wants training camp to be next week and just get his foot going and just really get things going as for the Los Angeles Lakers for this season. So he is raring to go, excited for this opportunity, which is great for Laker fans because it's always nice to have a coach who is really into the details and the nitty gritty of things, and that's what it seems like J.J. Redick is here, as he looks to be a guy that looks to really look in between those lines and really fine tune those details and enjoy the process. So when you're doing things that you're really passionate for, it's very important to enjoy the process of doing that action, and it looks like JJ Redick enjoys the process of coaching, because right now for JJ this is a little bit of the easy part, as all you're doing is just coming into work, just helping to get guys better and implementing smaller parts of your system, but not the whole holistic thing. But obviously when the season starts and things get going, that's when things get tougher, because then you're going to have injuries here or there. You're going to have to deal with the media on a day-to-day basis. You're going to have to deal with fans in different areas and traveling to different spots. So a lot of things will change once the season starts. But as of right now, looks like Redick is ready to go. And then he also talked about his staff and how he likes the diversity of sort of like the experienced people. So you've got Nate McMillan, Scotty Brooks, and he also mentioned Bob Byer as well, who's been a guy who's been front of the bench for the past 20 years. And then you have some of the younger crowd led by Lindsey Harding, who was the Stockton Kings coach last year and won the G League Coach of the Year. So there's a nice mix of young and old on the bench there for JJ Redick there. And then he also said something else. So if you're aware of his podcasts, he coined the term sicko. So this is a quote from him, and he said, "The biggest thing for me is I wanted to make sure I had a bunch of sickos on my staff. Yeah, they're grinders." So that is a big deal for JJ Redick, to have guys who not only share that passion for basketball like himself, but also share that heavy workers attitude, guys who really want to come into the gym, first one in, last one out type of mentality. So it is really nice to see that coaching staff really embody that idea and mindset, because that is only going to bode well, because when you have stars like LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who don't cut corners, they are guys who really come to work every day, respect the work, and do the work. So, and that's why you see all of this, their accolades and so many things they've done throughout their NBA careers transpire. So it's great to see the Lakers coaching staff embody this, and we'll see what kind of results it will lead to. Obviously, once training camp starts, and then also when some of the preseason games get going, and then when the real season starts there towards the end of October. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys comment down below. What do you guys think about that Jarred Vanderbilt injury? Is it a little bit frustrating to see Vanderbilt not possibly ready to go for training camp and some of the preseason games? And also, what do you think about J.J. Redick? How do you think he's going to fare here in this first season with that coaching staff, like I said, of experience, and also some of the newer blood? How do you think he's going to fare here in this first season of the Lakers? And also, one more thing, guys, just make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. There is about 78% of you guys who have not subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want more of that Laker news and Laker updates, especially with training camp, like I said, it's around the corner. We're in that 3-week territory before training camp starts. You don't want to miss out on these Laker updates. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. All right, I've been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.